Loving right here playing Farming Simulator 22 on Calmsden, and since last episode we finished up spraying for the weeds here, and fast forward time another day, we're now into the month of September, and this should allow us to start planting either the wheat or the barley. We'll probably go, I don't know, should we go barley? We'll probably go barley on the other two fields here. That's what I'm thinking, everyone. So we'll get started on that here this episode. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think, do these fields need fertilizer yet? Let me double check that. Nope, we're all good on the fertilizer. Okay, so these fields should be like completely all set here, all good. That's weird. What happened there? That's weeds, right? Yeah, that looks like weeds. Isn't this a field I sprayed? Or did I spray this field? I sprayed one of these fields. I don't remember which one. It looks like that was done by Course. Maybe, did I have Courseplay? Maybe Courseplay did that field and I did the other one. I don't know. Either way. Let's grab the planter and we're going to head out to fields 6 and 10, right? Yes, 6 and 10, which also have weeds on them, by the way. So we'll just be planting into standing weeds here. Yeah, nothing to see, right? All good. And make sure we set the planter on the crop we want here before I forget. There we go. Got it set to a barley. A little bit tricky getting up through there, I guess you could say. Yep, we got it though. We're good. Well, I guess we're good anyway. Yep, and our planter is definitely a little bit wider than the tractor, by just a little bit. I'm guessing, you know, if you were over in this part of the map in real life, this probably would not be a good combination to have for a planter here with the dual wheels on it. But again, we're doing some proper farming here, none of that European rubbish when it comes to equipment here. Although I guess the planter's still kind of European yet. Now, when it comes to the American planters, by the way, I've showed this before here. Let's see what's here. We got a couple choices. Of course, you got the old classic here, and then you got the John Deere 1590. Still see a fair amount of those in use. And then, of course, I want to feel farmer needs something even larger than this. Occasionally you'll see these seeders as well. The John Deere 1990. I think there's some other model numbers for this as well, but this style seeder. And then, of course, having the farmers even bigger yet. Here we go. We got the Vaderstad, Seed Hawk. There's also, do I have them? Oh, yes, that's right. The Burgo seeders as well. These, of course, are like the really big ones. 23 meters. I think this one's like 30, isn't it? Yeah, 30 and a half meters. That one. Whoa. That's got some speed to it, right? So, yeah, you're just interested in to see the differences there in European equipment versus American equipment. At least when it comes to a seeder like this, obviously the American seeder, and I say American seeder, everyone, the seeder, it's very similar in the way it works. Obviously a little bit different layout. Usually the tank and the seeder portion are separate. Okay, yep, we should be ready to start planting here. Lower that down. Probably should have maybe thrown some fertilizer on here. I don't know, actually. Oh, we're going to be a little stuck on that, aren't we? I don't know if time alone would have taken care of the fertilizer on this field. Like I was saying, I could have thrown fertilizer on here like a couple of days ago in game time. I don't know if that would work or not. Oh boy, look out for the deer. Because we got a deer-colored planter. Which, by the way, for those of you who don't recognize this seeder, by the way, this is the Porsche seeder here. I've just given it some John Deere paint. Improves it drastically, if you ask me, right? And oh, speaking of in the shop there as well. You folks might have noticed a new option that was there when I was looking at the Siege of. We'll get to that here in just a few moments as well. I was talking about this mod here last episode. Finally remember to activate it here for the save game. A lot of times what happens, everyone, when I start a new map, that's when I'll, like, you know, have all my mods active. Otherwise, a lot of times what happens, everyone, all the mods that I add between when I started the previous map and the next map, a lot of times I forget to activate them or just don't bother activating them until we get to the next map. Speaking of the next map, by the way, everyone, if you folks have any good suggestions for the next map to switch to, let me know. Throw it down in the comments there. It'd be very much appreciated. Again, everyone, as I mentioned, I'm tentatively planning on going to like episode 40 on this map here. So just a little over one more week here on this map, and then we'll probably be looking at a different map. And again, gotta say, everyone, definitely worth checking this map out if you've not done so already. Yes, everyone, I know it's European. I typically don't care for European maps, but this one's pretty good. It's just really, really pretty map. And it got some good sized fields on it. It's not a small, cramped feeling map like a lot of the European maps are, obviously, right? Of course, with that being said, I mean, we definitely made some improvements, I think, to the overall functionality and efficiency of the farming operations on this map. Namely, getting rid of a couple hedges and fence rows and, oh yeah, the stone hedges, of course, as well. I wonder if I should have topped this cedar off before we came over here. Nah, we'll find out, I guess, right? We'll find out. I will definitely go around for another headland here, everyone. Want at least 2, maybe 3. We'll see how it's looking once we got 2 done here. Probably will be 3, I think. 3 would probably be the best bet here for this field. And by the way, everyone, this field was mulched here, by the way. Which, I don't know, is that the same texture? This is probably the same texture we got in the other fields, wasn't it? I don't remember now if that was or isn't. So yeah, only difference between this field and the other fields, Evan, like I said, this field was mulched. And again, the only reason I mulched these fields was because we had sorghum on them, and sorghum leaves very tall, I say straw, but I can't think of the right name here at the moment, but what's left of the residue left behind is quite tall. So I figured, you know what, we'll just take the mulch to that and just take it down a notch or 2, right? That's pretty much what you do in real life, too, by the way. I know some people have debated the realism of the mulcher, and to a good point, everyone. I don't know that you really see that many farmers using them anymore. I don't know, maybe they do in Europe. Maybe some, again, my European viewers can comment on that. I don't know. Do they use, actually, I don't know. Speaking of European farmers, I mean, the handful of European farmers I have watched, I don't think I've ever seen any of them use any sort of mulchers, but I don't know, maybe they do. But anyway, going back to what I was saying again, I mean, a lot of times if you have a lot of residue on the field, yes, the farmer will go through with some sort of tool. A lot of times nowadays, Evan, it's vertical tillage, right? But they'll go through with something and just mulch up the residue. Or if you got a tall residue, they'll come through with something, knock it down. A lot of times before the chopping headers, everyone, farmer would take, brush hog or some sort of rotary cutter of some sorts, or just, mulcher of some sorts, and just go through and knock corn stalks down in a field. But like I was saying, I mean, you don't see too much of that anymore, typically. Yeah, I think probably one more headland might be a good idea, at least along the top side of the field there anyway. This side, maybe not quite so bad. We got that path, and we got plenty of room to turn around down on this side. Something that's probably a little bit odd to see, I would say, for a European map. I mean, how often do you see that much space along the edge of the field? Obviously, I mean, that's one of the big differences there between probably European farming and farming in America. is the space, everyone. And this probably also contributes to some of the oddities of the equipment here as well. But when it comes to space, everyone, obviously in America here, some of our states are as big or bigger than the countries in Europe. So obviously we got, America, the United States of America as a country. Then some of the states within the United States, I mean, like I said, they're as big as some of the countries in Europe. Of course, at least if you ask me, that still does not, in my mind, answer the question as to the overly complex equipment that seems to be common in Europe. Not entirely sure what's up with that yet. I don't quite understand that one, everyone, but oh well. Still trying to figure that one out yet. As I've said and pointed out many times before, everyone, you compare, again, what I kind of call the American style for a certain piece of equipment, everyone, compare it to the European equivalent of said piece of equipment or similar piece of equipment. Yeah, just the complex nature of it is quite interesting, shall we say. Quite curious as to why that's necessary as well. Also, when it comes to horsepower, and I got to point this out here as well, when it comes to the horsepower here for European tractors, they seem to be a little lackluster, everyone, because at least in America here, if we have, let's just pick a 20-foot cultivator. A 20-foot cultivator here, we can pull that with probably 150 horsepower, maybe. 150 horsepower probably would for sure pull it here. Nice, good 20-foot cultivator. In the game here, let's see what's here. If we got a 20-foot cultivator in the game, everyone, going to cultivators here, what do we got? 20 foot. So 20 foot, that'd be about 6.6. No, that's 5 meters. Okay, 5 meters, that's, yeah, probably like this one, everyone. 5.7 to 8, it's probably going to be somewhere in the 6. Yeah, 6 meters would probably be about 20 feet, right? Roughly doing the math in my head. That's 6 meters, 7.5. But okay, let's take this one, everyone. What do we got? Says, okay, 260 horsepower at the 5.7. So that's pretty close to 20 feet. But for this one, we're going to need 260 horsepower. This one, oh, here we go, 6 meters. That one's going to need 250 horsepower. It's like 100 horsepower more than what you probably would need in America here. And I'm probably even estimating a little high on that one when I say 150 horsepower. All depends on the tractor, too, that has the 150 horsepower. Obviously, weight is a big contributor to the pulling power as well. Okay, probably should get some GPS going here, everyone. Seems like I'm starting to go up and down the field. That was actually quite unintentional. I just happened to turn around and started going up and down. Yeah, I think we got enough. Also looks like a fairly straight line, which is 338 degrees, eh? Oh boy, what is that now? Seems like I have an angle for this field, if I remember correctly. What was that angle? I'm not sure. Actually, it looks like if we go about this angle here, that is 158. I see there's a straight angle here. What is this one? Let's go find out here in a minute. Turn on GPS. And we are looking at 162, 157. So if we do 22.5 minus 180, it's 160, 157, right? Yep, that looks like it. I'm going to say that's right. And by the way, it's actually, I don't know, will the game let us do partial? I found out here a few episodes back, everyone. I was doing the work myself here, and I think, was I using 157? I don't know, whatever angle I was using, everyone, I was a half a degree off, and wow, does that make a difference? That half degree, everyone, you wouldn't think it makes that much difference, but it does. I don't know if this will let me actually set a half degree or not. Why can I not set A? That's weird. Set A. Oh, there we go. Can I do 157.5? No, I cannot. Okay. Just curious. The answer is no. That's really what you need, Evan, because 22.5 minus 180, I believe that's 157.5, right? Got to be half of something. Puts us off a little bit here, but once we're straight, I think that'll be a little bit better. That way, too, if we want to throw a hired worker on this, we have that option. Oh, and I just thought of something, too. I'm going to skip time here today. I should probably go check and see how the sheep are doing. As well as our factories, for that matter. Let's see once here. Yep. Saving content. That's nice. Speaking of saving content, I've had a heck of a time loading my game here today. Let's see. Crashed 3 times? I think it was 3 times here. Let's see. Yeah, sheep are looking pretty good. And our factories here. Still about half full on wool. Looking pretty good. Fabric, cotton. Fabric is distributing. Oh, yeah, clothes. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we don't really have that much for clothes yet, do we? Oh, factories do not seem to be particularly quick, are they? Okay, well, I'll read some comments here a moment. Let's see. Magic Acres was saying, watching this while in a tornado warning. Whoa. Well, in that case, they're Magic Acres. I know this is like a day. Well, actually, this is 2 days later, right? Probably a day or 2 later. Stay safe, that's for sure. Not that it's probably going to do a whole lot of good anymore at this point. But, again, like I said, definitely stay safe when it comes to that. Nightmare was saying, I agree with Brian on the map. Green Valley, Nebraska, 4X. Really nice map. Really like how he implemented the pasture on the farms. There are a total of 4 farms, and they are laid out really nice with plenty of storage for each, or for the machines. This is highly recommended and great video as always. Hey, thank you very much for that. So we got Nebraska. Nebraska 4X. Apparently, did Brian recommend that map? Let's see. Maybe I'll see that comment here. Ethan was saying, I don't think it's the European farmers themselves, but what they're regulated to. And yeah, what Ethan says there, is probably very much true on that to some extent. Although when it comes to the equipment design, I'm not sure on that part, but yeah, when it comes to the chemicals they can use, Evan, at least from what I've been told, and that's one of the reasons why the sprayers are slow in the game. Apparently they cannot spray the same concentration level that we can here in America. Don't know, maybe that's a good thing. Don't know, but as a result, from what I've been told, they have to drive much, much slower with their sprayers on the field. Obviously, putting down a much higher rate. I'm assuming, at least that's got to be the reason I would assume at one rate. If you can't have the concentration as high, well, then you put a higher rate down. Which, I don't know, what's the difference between a higher concentration and putting a higher rate down? Don't sound like there's much difference there to me, maybe, but and again, like I said, don't quote me on that one. That is just what I've been told. So it's obviously, again, when it comes to the sprayers here in the game, they are ridiculously slow. Like most of the equipment in the game, Evan, actually probably lets you drive faster than what you would in real life. Going 11 miles with this planter, probably not. You might be going 9 or 10, maybe. I don't know that you'd be going 11. 11's probably pushing it, right? At the very least, it's not going much faster than what you probably can go in real life, and it's definitely not going much slower. Same thing can be said about the plows, cultivators. What other pieces of equipment can we pick on in the game here? Yeah, most of the other seeders for that matter, too. Yeah, like I said, like all the equipment, I pretty much goes what you would expect it to go in real life, at least in America anyway, right? We go look at, like I was saying, when it comes to disc harrows, that might be a good one. Some of the high-speed discs like this, I mean, you can go usually about 10 mile an hour. So yeah, 9.5, 11. Wow, 13. That's might be getting a little quick there. I'm not sure about that speed. Yeah, actually, you know what? You might be able to with some of those, because some of these high-speed discs, they really move. Oh, yes. For those of you who have not seen this disc here, by the way, and I should probably get back to the track here a minute. It's got a certain feature on it that caught our eye here a while back. It's been out, I think it's on the official Farming Sim Mod Hub. And I was not the one that noticed this, but one of the players on the multiplayer server noticed this and told me to go check it out. And we're looking at it, it's like, oh yes, that's a very interesting feature. And of course, when it comes to that cultivator, or disc harrow, I guess in this case, we're talking about the cinder block there, everyone, that is holding up the hitch. Yes. That I think is, I don't know. That's something we came out with, everyone, for the John Deere 7000 seeder. I did some work on here back in Farming Simulator 19. For those of you who remember that seeder, the John Deere 7000. So yeah, rather interesting to see that, everyone. The John Deere 7000 seeder is the first mod I've ever seen that like incorporated a cinder block to put the hitch on. Obviously, you know, the old-time farmers, they don't have jacks on equipment, right? Yeah, just prop it up underneath a log or a cinder block. So, and a little bit of reels in there. Thought that was cool. Just kind of curious where that mod author got that idea. Like I said, the John Deere 7000 seeder we did was the first mod I've ever seen with that. And I say we did, everyone, because I did not model the cinder block. I simply incorporated it and built it into the planter. Wind Farm here handled the modeling of said cinder block. Magnus is saying there's a map that Farmer Klein has as PC versus console. You have Hobo's Hollow. Stevie's edited Elm Creek. Lots of cool productions on it. There's Farming Mining map. Can't remember the name of it. I think Farmer Klein said something about the Pennsylvania. Always like your videos. They're awesome. Great videos as always. Well, hey, thank you very much for that there, Magnus. Yeah, sounds like a couple of good options there. Wouldn't mind checking out some farming mining maps. Not sure what's all available out there at this point for that. Might have to go look at getting some different mods or some additional mods for that, though, as well, if we're going to do any mining. Obviously, I do have the bulldozer and excavator there, though I don't know. Not really sure what that bulldozer does in the game, everyone, other than looks, because I don't think that bulldozer has any functions that I know of. I guess possibly you could attach something to the hitch and pull something with it. Other than that, I don't think that bulldozer does anything. Actually, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe if you had loose material on it, it might push loose material around. So, you know, you like silage or something in a bunker, that might have a use for it. I'm not sure if it's set up. Yeah, I would think it'd be set up for that, right? That's the only thing I can think of, everyone. It does not have any of the terraforming aspects on it, so it is not set up for that mod. For those of you who have not seen, by the way, there's a terraform mod out for Farming Simulator 22 that literally lets you terraform the map with equipment. Pretty cool concept there. Not actually tried it myself yet, everyone. Like I said, just sounds cool. The excavator we have on here does support that, which is, by the way, is why you see a bunch of extra dots on that excavator when you get into it and look at the bucket. Those apparently have something to do with the terraforming. And again, I have not tried it myself yet, everyone. Oh, had to lock on the line, not turn it off. Oh, and while we're looking in the shop, Evan, I almost forgot to mention this. I talked about this here a few moments ago when we started the episode. I was talking about this mod here last episode. Actually, let's go to the sprayers. That's a good indication because we were talking about slow sprayers. Added the mod Evan, that lets us adjust the working speed. So now we have a mod that will let us bump this up. I don't know what. Looks like 13.1 is the fastest to let us bump it up. So we might actually probably do that, everyone. Yeah, we probably will see once. I don't know. We'll have time once we finish this field. We might. Actually, to be honest, Evan, it's probably time to wrap up the episode when we're done. But my plan is, Evan, we're going to take our sprayer. I'm assuming we can adjust it, even though we already have it purchased. Hopefully we can anyway. And we're going to bump that working speed up. We'll probably go right to the max. I'm 13 mile an hour. As I said before, Evan, even 13 mile an hour is ridiculously slow for American sprayers. Oh, and we ran out of something, didn't we? We ran out of seed. Okay. What was annoying here today, when I went to start my game crashed, like I was saying, 3 times. Each of those 3 times, I had to go through my list of mods and recheck and reactivate them. That was starting to get a little bit annoying and old, because, the first time I went through and like, okay, yep, activate this mod, that mod, check that. Okay, looks good. I think I added in probably, oh boy, let's see, probably somewhere between 30 and 40 mods, everyone, that I have not activated here lately. So I went through and activated those, and of course, the game crashed. Oh, come on now, really? And for those who don't know, by the way, until you save the game, everyone, these mods don't stay active. Is that the seed one? That's the fertilizer one, apparently, and apparently it is out. Let me get around here, I'll refill that in a minute. Let's see, we need solid fertilizer. Yeah, no, we don't want 100,000 liters. Probably not even 50. 10? How about 5? That sounds pretty good. Let's do 5. There we go. And then what is this one? Is this seed? Apparently it is. Okay, and that one ran out too. Go figure. We'll just do another 5,000 there. That should be pretty good, I think. Excellent. At least this cedar holds a decent amount. Oh, and what a shame. All the gates and fences along here are missing. Although, if you look inside the trim, you can see where the fence used to be. It's everything up to that point. I don't know, it vanished or something. Bulldozers. Okay, back to the field there, where we were rudely interrupted when we're almost done here. We got a couple more passes to go, we'll be done. Oh, so close, so close. Oh well. Like I was saying, I probably should have filled up here before we came over to the field. Oh, let's see, what do we got? Looks like it might be another 2 passes here or so, plus maybe a little tidying up down in the bottom corner. Of course, that bottom corner needs to jog out just a little bit, right? Yeah, go figure. Anyway, just a reminder here, too, again, by the way, everyone, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. That's always very much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on the bell notifications. That way you get notified when the latest, greatest RDAllen video goes live. Also, don't forget, while you're subscribing, I would make sure you check me out on the rest of my social media channels as well. I can find links for all that down below. Facebook, Instagram, and I guess, I don't know, Twitch. Is that considered social media? I guess it kind of sort of is, right? Reminder, by the way, when it comes to Twitch, Evan, I do try to live stream a couple of times a week. Usually around the 7:30 time frame, and usually we stream for about an hour or so, give or take. Unfortunately, though, as of late, Evan, the streams have been a little bit shorter and a little bit fewer and farther in between, just due to the workload here at the moment, Evan. Work has been excessively busy, so haven't had as much time to live stream as I would like. But hey, we're still getting a couple live streams per week. And of course, when it comes to the live streams, I'm going to make sure we cover all the topics. So again, if you haven't checked them out, make sure you do so. You can find that link down below. And don't forget, too, if you'd like to join us on the multiplayer servers, and or you just want to join in and hang out and chat, you're welcome to do that as well. RDAllen Teamspeak server information is down below. And that's where you can find the information to join us for multiplayer as well, by the way. Okay, a little bit here, and then just a little corner over there, and we will be finished. Seems like we'll probably be finished with the episode here then as well when we're done with the field. That's not too bad of one. Planted the entire field here this episode. So again, I'm on a good-sized field here, but still takes, what, a good half hour here or so to plant. That's about the perfect size, if you ask me, everyone. Depending on the equipment you're using, of course, bigger equipment can make it go quicker, but just some medium-sized equipment here. Yeah, that worked out pretty good. So anyway, on that note, thanks for watching. You folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. Don't forget, again, leave some suggestions for maps if you haven't already done so. Very much appreciated. And, of course, everyone, thanks for watching, and until next time.